Thoughts of the day? Let's talk Tottenham. Lee The Dorset Spur here, and the Standard have set out 3 big decisions that Roberto De Zerbi needs to get right for Spurs to be successful next season and start being competitive. So number 1 was, can Vuskovic step in for Romero? Luka Vuskovic has made a competitive appearance for Spurs, but it appears his future will be the one major talking point this summer. Spurs will be in the market for defensive reinforcements should Romero leave the club in the summer. But we do have Luka Vuskovic, who's been highly rated and has been chased by Barcelona, Bayern Munich and several other big clubs. So the question is, do we believe that Vuskovic will replace Romero? I'm not sure. I think Vuskovic will be coming back to Spurs and will be tested in the Premier League for sure, but I'm not sure that this is a direct replacement for Romero. I do believe that we have Danso, who did very well in Romero's absence, and I suspect that he will be in there. We also have Marcos Senesi potentially coming to the club, so I think that Vuskovic will not be the direct replacement, but may well get some time in the squad to see how he comes across in the Premier League after his successful season in the Bundesliga. Can Kinski become Spurs' permanent number 1? Obviously, there's lots of rumours about Vicario going back to Italy, and Kinski came in and did really well at the end of the season. Actually, in my view, was one of the key reasons why we stayed up with some fantastic saves in the last few games. But can he be our permanent number 1? Still a very young man, still a lot to learn. And I think if Tottenham really want to be a top club, I'm not sure that Kinski is going to be the sort of person that we want there at this moment in time. Potentially in the future, but not necessarily right now. So I think they may well be used, but a lot depends on what happens with Vicario. And finally, do Spurs need to invest in another creative midfielder, with Johan Langer avoiding doing some business in January, basically because he believed that players were coming back? Well, clearly that didn't happen, and clearly we don't have enough creative midfielders now that Xavi Simons is out for a considerable amount of time. So now we are back to relying on James Maddison, who's had a year out pretty much. I think we need to be careful with Maddison. I think we need to give him time to adjust and so on. So for me, another creative midfielder is an absolute must. Absolute must if we're going to be competitive next season. But we shall see. Up the Spurs.